Pull up a stool and pour yourself a pint as you're about to join three intrepid drinkers, Kevin, Justin, and Mark, as they embark on another Beertastic voyage.
Hey everybody, my name's Kevin, and this is Beertastic Voyage. How are y'all doing?
Good.
This is different, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
My brain's over. All right.
I'm Justin.
Thank you, Justin. And you are?
Me, I'm a Mark.
And me, I'm Omar. And that's Mark.
Holy shit.
Sorry. Threw things up.
No, I know. It's okay. I think you threw yourself off because I saw your face.
I fucked it up.
And then you were like, I'm just going. I'm rolling.
Fucking roll with it.
Yeah.
Fucking roll with it.
That's why we're seasoned professionals. We do this shit live.
Exactly.
That's right.
Sort of.
I love the color on this. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's great. Anyway, we, as we are wont to do, it's been about 8 months or so probably, so it's time to go back to BrickHouse Brewing Company.
Right? I don't know what Mark just dropped, but he's not happy about it.
This might be episode 3 with them or episode 4 with them.
It's by your foot, Justin.
Yeah, this might be volume 3 or volume 4 with BrickHouse, but it's great.
I think it's
because
4.
Either way,
It's right there. I don't know why you're throwing it at me.
they are constantly
It's
making
fun.
new beers, and we are always happy to try some of the different stuff that Paul and Brian
Yes.
are making over there.
Yeah, we have been lucky enough to get to talk to Paul a lot and pick his brain as well as, tasted a bunch of beers from him. So it's, I can't remember the last time I had something that I wasn't like, damn.
Yeah. I stopped by there literally as I was on my way over here to record today, so we
I appreciate that.
got a couple of crowlers. I'm always happy to stop by. And we picked up 3 great beers that they have. We have what is this first one called?
Betty's Boppin' Berry.
Betty's Boppin' Berry, which is a boysenberry wheat, which have fun trying to say that 3 times fast, especially after a couple.
Not trying.
Then we have Dress Up Knife, which is a collaboration that they did with the Brewers Collective. And we also have a English dark and mild ale called Cosmic Dark and Mild, spelled with a K.
Yes, Paul
That's his
Komsic.
name.
Well, no, it says Cosmic, SM.
Oh, it does?
And he's
Oh.
Komsic.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's like you put the flip and the floppity in there. So I got a little.
Uh,
I thought it was.
Gibbets.
I thought it was too. Like,
When I read
thought
the
they were
board
going
book,
to
I
say. I
thought
was
so
like,
too.
oh, Komsic Dark Mild. That makes sense. It's no, it's
That's
Cosmic.
literally what I thought the name of the beer was.
Me too.
And maybe whoever wrote out the board spelled it wrong. Who knows?
Possibly.
We might be wrong. If we're wrong, let us know, guys.
Wrong, but yet still right.
Paul will let us
Also
know.
wrong.
I'm sure he will. So I think we're going to start with the Betty's Boppin' Berry one because if this is not a berry beer, I will eat my hat, as they say.
Yeah, the color is very reminiscent of our chili sour, the blueberry chili sour. It's very similar.
Yeah,
Little.
It's more
Purpley.
reddish than
Yeah.
purpley, but yeah, you definitely know that there's fruit in it.
yeah, and it's got that little bit of like lighter hue at the top of it, where it kind of does like with fruit juice almost,
Yeah,
But it's a
yeah. It looks like
it's a nice blueberry
like
kind
pink,
of color.
pink grapefruit juice.
Yeah,
For my own edification, I don't know what the hell a boysenberry is. I've had shit with boysenberries before, but I figured I might read something from Wikipedia.
It's a specific hybrid of blueberries.
It says the exact origin of the boysenberry is unclear, but the most definite records trace the plant that is known today back to grower Rudolph Boysen, who obtained a dewberry loganberry parent from the farm of John Lubin. I'm going to stop there because I'm going to fall asleep already. And I'm going to assume that Mark is correct.
No, you just proved me wrong. I remember reading that now because at some point I was like, "What the fuck is a boysenberry?"
Okay,
and I
so
definitely read that Wikipedia article.
so it's a man-made hybrid, is what you're saying.
Yes,
Okay, that's
Yeah.
really what it boils down to.
I was just wrong on the blueberry front.
So it's a loganberry and a blueberry.
Yeah, something like that. You guys keep going, and I'm going to find out the answer.
All right, I don't know exactly what it is, but boysenberry to me, when I think about it, is
IHOP.
oh yeah, I have one of the flavors in the
know.
arsenal of salt
The
syrups,
fruit
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
which
Right.
is what I kind of always think about that.
that's I never use because I don't use syrup.
But it is one of those ones you see it a lot. People make jams out of it and stuff like that. It's kind of, I think it kind of looks like a raspberry. Like it's kind of got that body to it. It's got the segmented thing to it. Dark
I
raspberry.
don't think I've ever actually seen a literal.
Or maybe I'm
boysenberry.
confusing it with what's the one that your neighbor grows accidentally?
Mulberries.
Mulberries. I think I might be confusing it with mulberries, but who knows? I don't know. They're tasty. They're kind of sweet, a little bit tart, and I like them.
Okay, so boysenberries are their own thing.
Okay.
However, since 2007, most of the plants are a variety called newberry or ruby boysenberry, which are hybrids of like different boysenberry plants to overcome cultivation challenges. So it's its own thing. It was just almost extinct, essentially, in the late 1920s until some farmer like grabbed a couple of half-dead vines and decided to try to revive them. So that's where they came from. They're just their own thing.
All right. Well, I'm happy that they're still around because it is one of those flavors that I enjoy. So let's try out this beer that they made here. It's a wheat beer, and fruiting the wheat beer is not a unheard of thing.
No, it's pretty common actually. On the nose, when you smell it, you're like, even if you don't know what the fuck a boysenberry is, you're like,
Oh,
this
that's
is a berry.
very.
Yeah.
You know what it tastes? It smells like? It smells like mixed berry. Like if you had like a mixed berry fruit
Smoothie?
anything,
Yeah.
fruit smoothie,
Yeah.
fruit snacks, any kind of thing like that generic mixed fruit flavor. That's what this smells like.
In fact, I really like this.
That's tasty.
Yeah, it's you could drink this like fruit juice. What's
Yeah.
the ABV on this?
5 or 5? Yeah, 5.
Cam has it listed as 5, so it's going to be right about 5.
That's
Oh,
what
man.
the picture of the board that Kevin sent us.
There you go. Which literally the bartender stood right at the board while writing down what it was. So it's going to be the same info. Yeah, and there's a little bit of a mouthfeel to it, a little bit of texture in there.
Yeah,
That kind of gives it a very juicy feel to it.
Yeah, I
as
think
well.
that's the wheat. Yeah.
Yeah, but just kind of it doesn't feel like clean and crisp like you would like beers like a lager does or anything like that.
Yeah,
Like
no,
this,
it's definitely got a very full mouthfeel.
yeah, this is delicious. And insanely drinkable. You know, it's fruit sweet, but it's not like cloying sweet. It doesn't taste like hurt your teeth sweet. You know?
No, yeah, not at all.
You know?
The wheat rounds out the tartness and the sweetness that comes from the berry really well.
No, this is another home run by them. I almost want it to be amped up a little bit in one direction or the other. Like I almost want like a little more tartness to make it a little more exciting, or a little more sweetness. Like it feels like it's kind of hit that middle note to it, which is awesome. But I guess to make it a little more interesting in the flavor, like I would like it to go a little bit more to one side or the other of the spectrum.
I see what you mean, but then because I kind of feel the same way, but then I look at it and I'm like, then I'm going to take the wheat beer out of it because if we want more acidity, we're going to end up with a sour.
You're right.
And a boysenberry sour would be badass based on what I'm tasting here.
Yeah.
But it definitely wouldn't be this beer. I think this from a general fruited beer standpoint, like this is like, you know, again, not to get like misogynist or sexist, but this has ladies written all over it. Like if you're a lady and you're into beer, like this is going to be your jam. You don't have to be a lady, but like stereotypically speaking, if you're a lady and a non-beer drinker, this is probably going to be a beer you can still get behind.
You know what this is? This is the beer equivalent of like a strawberry daiquiri or pina colada as a mixed drink. Like it's the beer equivalent of that.
It is.
I think that's what you're kind of getting at.
Right, in all the positive aspects of that.
It's light, it's easy drinking, it's got a fruity taste to it, goes down easier than it should, and next thing you know, you're going to be like 3, 4, oh my god, how did I get all these? I mean, at 5%, maybe you're not going to be oh my god, but you're definitely going to go from like 0 to drunk.
And to be fair, I love it. So, you know.
All right,
whatever.
I love it too. I'm not knocking that at all. This is really tasty, and the boysenberry is a great flavor to it. I can get behind this, and you know what? This is the brunch beer. That's what this is. Have this one with brunch.
On a somewhat related note to that line of thought, Kevin, they apparently have pretty regularly now been keeping like a guest tap for one of Po' Boy's ciders.
I saw that.
And a guest tap for
Meatworks as well.
Meatworks.
Yeah, I saw that while I was there. They had purple drink.
Yes.
From Meatworks, and I forget. I just read it. I didn't write it down. They also had something from Po' Boy as well, and I was like, that's a good call. It's a good call to be keeping those available as well. But yeah, like I'm sticking with my idea of brunch beer. Like going out,
a little mimosa action.
Yeah, if you don't want to have a mimosa and you don't want to have Bloody Mary, this is a good sub.
I agree. What do you think, Mark?
No, I think it's a really nice beer. I would definitely give this a pint. It's really enjoyable, but it's not exactly my jam. So like after that one glass, I'm gonna want to try something else off the board. But yeah, it's really nice.
It's not exactly your jam. Is that a berry joke?
It can be.
I definitely understand what you're saying. I'm like teetering. Like I'm like growler. Wait, no.
No, pint.
Bomber.
No, growler.
Yeah, I'm like back and forth. So I'm gonna settle on a bomber because I really like it, but I do agree that if we're more acidic, I probably would drink more of it, which sounds weird.
No,
But
it makes perfect sense.
it also the mouthfeel on it, while I enjoy it and it goes especially well with the beer, is something that I don't know that I can drink a lot of in one go at it. But it's phenomenal beer.
No, it's definitely got that wheat texture to it, the kind of almost juicy IPA feel. Not that it's IPA like at all, but like if you New England IPA, the juiciness sensation that you get that same kind of sensation.
That's a really good point.
Right.
Instead of having the hops, it is sort of like a milkshake IPA,
Right.
but using the boysenberries
Yeah.
as the tropical portion of it.
Yeah. So for me, it's going to be a bomber also because I know I would drink the first pint of this faster than I want to, and I would want to have that second one, and that one I might kind of be able to coast through with it. But yeah, if we ever went out if they did a brunch there, like I could drink way more than that. But the bomber would definitely it would be the standby for me on this one.
Makes sense.
I don't know anything about brunch, but at some point I really do want to go. I think it's either Tuesday or Thursday nights. They do a prime rib night.
Oh, at BrickHouse?
At
Yeah.
BrickHouse, yeah.
Are they still doing it?
Yeah. And it looks pretty damn epic, and I would like to go, but again, it's a Tuesday or a
Yeah.
Thursday night.
This is going to sound really douchey of me, but I've had so many really bad prime ribs that I don't even like them anymore.
I've never ever liked prime rib. I'm not a steak dude, and if I bite into a piece of fat, I'm a 3-year-old and I won't eat for like a week. Yeah. Between that and the sugar, Mark and I are like definitely not related.
All right.
But I know what you mean though, because there's so many things that like brunch is a great example.
Yeah.
A lot of places do a brunch.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a cop out. It's like we made eggs.
No, see, it comes back from when I worked for a DJ company for a couple of years. So a lot of times what would happen is you would get a chance that while everybody else was sitting there having dinner, you would be put at a table in a back room somewhere, and they would go, hey, which one do you want? And
God forbid they see you.
oh, yeah, because the help can't be seen. And they would ask you what you want, and for the first, 3-4 months of me doing this, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's prime rib. I'm going to get prime rib, right? And then I realized, oh, wow, a lot of these are really not good.
Yep.
And then I would just go for, the chicken option every time because it was consistently mediocre. It wasn't going to be that bad. It wasn't going to be that good. It was just always going to be
Serviceable.
I thought you were going to stop at consistent, and then you went consistently mediocre, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes more sense.
If you've been to more than 3 catered events on Long Island at different locations, you know that the chicken dish is always consistently the same level. It's not good. It's not great. It's not bad. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little too dry.
Yeah. And I'm sure.
And not enough sauce.
And listen, I'm sure being the help, I wasn't getting I was getting the one that was left on the pan, sitting on the corner.
Edge.
Yeah, I get that too, but it was just so many bad ones.
On a related subject, I made some pretty dope ribeye last night.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's what you ended up making for dinner?
Well, yeah, I started it before we left.
I didn't know that. You told me you started whatever you were making. I didn't know what it was.
Oh, yeah, no, ribeye.
I made tacos.
And I actually finally made a successful pan sauce, so.
Oh, that was just rough for you?
What did you do glaze with?
Beer.
Just saying.
Which beer?
Yeah, all right.
My English porter.
See, excellent choice.
Nice. Yeah, I had a single slice of pizza because I was just jacked full from drinking all day, and I honestly didn't really want to eat, but I felt bad because I told Steph we'd have dinner, so I called her. I'm like, "You want some pizza?" She's like, "What are you gonna have?" I'm like, "I'm gonna have one regular slice," and she was kind of like, "Huh?" So what do we get the
dark and mild.
That's the name of the beer, Dark and Mild.
Cosmic dark and mild.
Dark and mild.
Possibly Komsic dark and mild, but we don't know yet.
We're not sure. We're
waiting for correction. And this one comes in at 5.1 ABV, so it's another one that's kind of not over the top. I mean, I'd put it at the high end of session.
It's got really nice clarity, and it's also like really pretty.
Ruby highlights in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this color. And English milds are a style that I particularly enjoy.
Me too. This, I believe, based on the aroma, is everything that I would really want a Scottish light or heavy to be. When I read the style guidelines for that style of beer, this is what I think of.
Hold on.
It is, however,
This is what I want to smell like. Just put a little behind the ears for later.
Yeah, Kevin's putting it on like it's Chanel 7 or number 9. Sorry, Chanel 9. Chanel number 9 is the perfume.
I'm pretty certain it's 5.
There's a number 9 too. I'm not.
Right.
Hold on.
I'm pretty certain like the famous one is 5.
To the internets.
Yeah.
I'm pretty certain.
Because I know Mark doesn't know the answer to this.
No, I'm pretty certain the one that like got famous for Marilyn Monroe is Chanel number 5.
9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I was.
There's a 5 as well though.
I will own that. I am.
They're both. Both of them exist.
Okay.
All right, cool.
What do you want? I
We're
want
both
7
right.
3/4.
Yes. Yeah, I want the Harry Potter one.
Just went straight at the wall.
So anyway,
Love the smell.
the aroma is like a
It's got chocolate. It's got some like
little tiny coffee
a
note.
little bit of burnt toast, I would say.
Hold on. All right, cool. Your face isn't drooping. We're good.
This is dope.
I don't want to taste
Look,
it yet.
I'm holding the glass in my left hand. It's not. There's no numbness.
Just like, listen, just checking. I heard I smell burnt toast. That's what I heard.
I'm sitting there, I missed something, and I'm like, why does he think Mark's having a stroke? Wait for it. Something. This is dope.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm very happy with this. When I checked their website to see what they had on the board.
This is killer.
This is so good.
Oh my god, this is fantastic.
It's got a little bit of coffee bite. It's got that mellow brown ale flavor to it. Like, oh
Man.
this is when I started like many moons ago when I brewed like 1 or 2 batches and I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna make beer, right?
Yeah.
And then I showed Mark how to make beer and Mark's like, oh hey, God, right? Like this is the beer I imagined I wanted to make. Like in my head, I'm like, this is the kind of stuff that I wish I could make.
Yeah.
My god,
This is really good. Like it's got a hint of sweetness on the finish. And
little bit of bite from it that
Yeah.
that keeps it from becoming cloying.
Yep.
It doesn't feel heavy. It drinks right down. Oh man, this is
a very tasty beer.
This inspires me to build a machine.
Yeah.
Like the didgeridoo of drinking,
yeah.
where you would just stick your tongue out and it would just recycle it over your tongue, so
Just
you
keep
didn't have to get rid of it. Like you didn't, you know what I mean? You could just taste it all the time.
Ah.
It's like a rebreather
Yeah.
for beer.
No, this is. I understand exactly what you're saying. You never want the sip to end.
Right.
But even at the end of the sip, there is no sharpness. There's no bite. There's no change in the flavor at the end of the sip. You know what I mean? Like some beers you really like that, where you get a different taste at the end of the sip, and you want to go back to kind of clean it off, and it keeps that cycle going, which I've enjoyed a lot. That's not this, but I don't want this to be anything else than what it is.
No, yeah, this is great.
So,
Oh my god.
for me, I think this is going to be my first keg of 2019. Because I would keep this on hand at all times and drink this every single day.
And this is 5.1%.
Right. So it's not over the top. It's not like
There's so much flavor in this.
it's
for
not
a sessionable beer.
Oh my god. This hits every note that I love about beer.
Where are you at, Mark?
I will go growler for it. I really like it a lot, but
I should have went first.
I don't know if it's on demand.
I'm also gonna go keg.
Yeah.
I can't find any reason why I wouldn't drink this beer versus most other beers. You know what I mean? Like I can't. It's not going to fatigue my palate.
Nope.
It's not going to get me way too drunk.
Nope.
And it's not. I can't imagine getting overly tired of the flavor.
It's the best beer in a traditional English pub drinking sort of sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mark, if you hadn't already put together a lovely cornbread that is darker than I expected because it's made with blue corn,
Purple
corn.
and chili, I would say we should go back to BrickHouse for dinner because I want to get this and I want the shepherd's pie and I just want to sit there and just eat this. That's all I want. I just want
This
to.
and the shepherd's pie. The problem is, you would drink 6 of these before the shepherd's pie became a temperature that you could put in your mouth without ripping
No, the rest of
tongue
human beings can eat it at a normal time.
No. Even my wife was like, the last time I got it, she pulled some from down below before right when we got it, because she knew I needed to wait.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Whoa, damn, whoa, boy."
But yeah, this is what I want. And maybe it's just that it's a kind of that's a rainy, cold day, but this. And the shepherd's pie that they serve there, that's all I want. I just want to sit there and drink this all day.
That's kind of all I want out of life.
Shepherd's pie and beer?
This beer and shepherd's pie. I could, that's if that were hell and, I could repeat this over and over again, it would be amazing.
I'd be in for that. This is so delicious. And, I can't gush enough about this one.
Me neither.
So this one, I know I usually share, the crowlers and stuff, but this one's coming home with me. So if there's any left by the end of the day.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's all yours.
You purchased them, it's your right.
So
that's right. I'm going to invoke my purchasing right on this one. It's kind of like Prima Nocta, but it's not.
Not yet. I know.
Less rapey.
Way less rapey. Oh boy. The last beer is interesting because both TBC and Paul were teasing the name of the beer for the longest time. They were doing a collab, they put out pictures, they kept using knife emojis, and everyone was wondering who was going to get stabbed. They were teasing it a little bit. When I found out the name of it was Dress Up Knife, especially knowing Tim and Sarah and knowing Paul, it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It really did make sense.
Because Tim seems to be the kind of guy that would be like, "What are these? These are my going out. These are my dress-up jeans, and this is my dress-up knife."
Right, exactly. Yeah.
And I was like, I have a dress-up knife.
Yeah.
Listen, I also own dress knives.
I now own a dress knife thanks to my cousin.
Yeah, my uncle literally would have a dress knife that he would wear in his nice jeans that he would bring to the holidays. What is this one? Oh, check this one out. It's got this enamel American Eagle on it. It was really nice. But I'm just all right, man.
This one's handle is carved from whalebone.
At 17, I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool, Uncle, whatever, man. Now I'm like, no, that actually is kind of cool. All right,
it's cool and useful.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's got utility.
This is a brewed IPA that clocks in at 11%.
Woo! So this one's gonna get us going.
So yeah,
they had brewed this specifically as a New Year's release, and it was brewed at BrickHouse, but some of it was transported to the Brewers Collective to age in white wine barrels because BrickHouse doesn't really have the room for that sort of thing. And then after said aging, that beer was brought back to the BrickHouse and blended back in with the rest of it.
Right. Oh man, did you smell it yet?
Yeah, I did.
What do you think? On the aroma?
It definitely has a white wine aroma.
Yeah, I get lemon, I get a little bit white wine, a little bit of the alcohol.
I have not gotten to it yet.
A little bit of tropical too in the background.
Yeah, almost like a tangerine.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm.
The clarity on it is pretty brilliant too.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
No, it's a nice. As I hold it up to the light, it gets obviously lighter and lighter, but just at eye level, it's a nice golden color.
Yeah, a little pale gold.
Great.
Got another great head retention. I think Mark's glass might be soiled.
Possibly.
Yeah, the smell's a little lemony, little apricot-y, kind of light citrus flavor kind of smell to it. Yeah, I'm interested in this. And you said this is a brute IPA?
Yeah, so brute
IPA
IPA
is going to be dry finish.
Supposed to be dry finish. Supposed to finish very low, somewhere around gravity of 1, which is the same gravity as water for those playing at home.
Okay.
I know
usually lower gravity means lower alcohol, right?
Well, no, not necessarily, because if you start with a high original gravity, and then you end with a low finishing gravity, it's eaten all of that sugar and kicked out a ton of alcohol.
Which is what's happened here.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I know that in general, for brewed IPAs, typically a champagne yeast will get used. Sometimes there'll be a enzyme added to the mash that will make even break down some of the longer chain sugars into shorter chain sugars and make them more readily available to the yeast.
Okay.
In order to make sure you get that full attenuation the way you're looking for.
Yeah.
I haven't actually had a sip of it yet. Has anybody else?
Yes.
I have, yes. And
Okay.
so
I want you to try it first before I say anything about it.
So according to the board, the original gravity on this beer was 22.2 degrees Plato, which is approximately 1.093
Right.
specific gravity, which is
That's a monster.
a big honking beer.
Yeah.
To get that down to like something near 1, like I can't. I mean, I don't know. Paul's a magician, but I tasting this and knowing what I know about beer, getting this down to 1. I don't think it got to 1, but it's still pretty goddamn dry for a beer that was almost at 1100.
Yeah.
I will say maybe it's just the having gone from the mild, which has much more sugar, like much more sweetness to it,
Yeah.
to go to this is a huge kick in the taste buds.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It is a way change of pace. This is the J turn. We just threw the E brake and cut the wheel and went the other way on this.
We went full Smokey the Bandit on this one.
Exactly. Which I finally seen.
Oh, right.
I finally saw that.
Yeah.
And it's basically a 90-minute ad for the Firebird or the Trans
Thunderbird
Am or something.
Whatever
Pontiac is.
Pontiac doesn't even exist
Whatever
anymore.
Pontiac is. But it might be the worst movie I've ever seen that's really enjoyable.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's what makes it so enjoyable is the fact that it's a pile of shit. It's just basically hey, how do we make a car chase last for 90 minutes long with Burt Reynolds?
Yeah, let's get a 90-minute car chase.
Yes.
And let's objectify Sally Fields a little bit.
Yeah, but that's the weirdest thing.
Objectify Fields?
Yeah, because
listen, actually in that movie her ass would not quit.
It wouldn't, but the thing is, the whole time she's basically wearing a goddamn jumpsuit. You know what I mean?
But it was 70s.
I know
makes
that.
sense.
That's what I'm saying. It's so weird. It's let's put all the clothes on, and then she's hot. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah, she's got that Farrah Fawcett feathered hair thing going on. Listen, I get it. This beer, I don't know if I get. I will say that I really don't know if I get this one. It's not hitting the same note. Maybe it's just that it's such a stark contrast from the last beer, but it's just messing with me a little bit.
Man, it's pretty fucking dry. That's really good. For personal preference, I'm not overly down with the hop flavor because it's very lemony for me.
Yeah, it does have a fair amount of pith to it.
And it definitely has a little bit of bitterness, but I think but fruit IPA wise, and I made one, and I'm not saying it was good or bad. I don't know. I made one. I'm super impressed with how dry it is.
Yeah,
I will give you it is impressive with that. It is just not the flavor I like. It tastes, Mark mentioned pithy. It tastes like lemon peel, really dry lemon peel. It's got a bite to it that I don't necessarily enjoy at all.
For an IPA fan, this would be right up somebody's alley.
Right.
But I agree with you. It's definitely for us. It's not in our wheelhouse.
I love the brewers of the beer, but this is not the beer for me.
According to the board, it's got 45 IBUs, which maybe is a little too high.
Well, especially because the brute style itself, it really accentuates. Hold on, my tongue is so dry.
Yeah,
accentuates any amount of IBUs you put in it. I remember when I was researching
because
mine.
there really isn't any residual sweetness.
Right. I remember when I was researching mine, I was trying to target 20.
Yeah.
And
also
the alcohol.
Yeah, right. I get it that they aimed higher because it is 11% alcohol.
Right.
But I feel like maybe the bitterness is still.
Maybe crank it back to 30.
Yeah. I think that would make this much more enjoyable.
And it's too far on the one side of the spectrum for me. It's just not my style of beer. You get a little bit of that kind of white wine taste to it as well. I get a little bit of that coming through, but honestly, it's so sharp in its flavor that I don't even get to enjoy the white wine character to it.
Yeah.
As it warms up, the white wine character comes out even more. But
Maybe,
I still agree. I still agree with that statement.
Maybe I'll let it. I'll try to cup the glass a little bit. warm it up, see if I get something different there. But for me, I'm really sad about it because I really love the two breweries that made it, and I want to love everything they do. You know, so I still love you guys because I know occasionally both, you guys will listen.
Yes.
But not my style.
Maybe a pint for me. I kind of like the idea of, especially because I'm interested in the style. As I drink it, I kind of pick out more things, especially like I was saying, more of the white wine character. And I think that all of the flavors make perfect sense. It's like a meal that you don't like. You know what I mean? You can sit down and go, this is perfectly made. It doesn't matter what you do. You're just not going to like it.
Exactly. That's exactly it. It is perfectly done. It's greatly organized. It's just don't like it.
Yeah.
That's not my thing.
Yeah, it's my Chilean sea bass. Everyone likes Chilean sea bass. I don't. So that's basically what it is.
Isn't that like a fake thing? Like there's only like 2% of it that's actually the real shit.
No,
everything else.
That's fish in any restaurant in general.
Well, that's very true. Anytime you order sole, it's flounder.
Right.
But with Chilean sea bass,
Didn't they just rename a shitty fish?
Yes. An ugly fish.
Monkfish, right?
No,
not monkfish.
No, it's somewhat. The name is super fucked up.
Okay.
I don't remember, but it is. The fish is always awesome. The problem is, if you put the legit name on the menu, they think it might as well be Cthulhu. Like, I'd like to have the Cthulhu, please. Like, it's not. It doesn't.
Be more interested in ordering that.
Well,
to be honest.
yeah, but it's not. It's not as appetizing as Chilean sea bass. You know what I mean? Like, especially if you're, you're thinking of like, oh, Latin and like, everyone loves sea bass. Because that's what it's like. Yeah. If you've ever had black sea bass, which is what a legit sea bass is, the texture of the fish and the color of the fish and how it tastes, it's basically identical.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's a pint for me. I definitely appreciate it. And then what do you over there, Mark?
I'm with you. It's the pint. Like I drink the pint and appreciate it for what it is, and then I'm gonna order myself another dark and mild.
Yeah, I would not order a pint of this. This is gonna be a taster for me. It's just too far off the other side for me. If I had it in a flight, I might not be disappointed in it. But for me, I just not my jam. I am going to go back to either of the other two that we had.
Yeah.
The berry or the dark and mild, and just jam on that all day. So I mean, listen, it's still fantastically done. I never want to criticize.
Oh no.
Anything along those lines. Just not my style.
Pretty neat thing to point out that Paul was working towards is moving. I think this year he's planning to move all of the beer to strictly like New York State hops.
Awesome.
But
that's actually really cool.
Already their like core beers are already 100% New York State hops.
I think I knew that he had been doing that with like Street Light for a while.
Street Light, the Red.
The Red is good. I do like it.
The 21 Club.
Okay.
And I think Beowulf as well are all like 100% New York
awesome.
State hops.
Yeah, I knew Beowulf. Doesn't he try to do like almost like as much New York stuff in there as he could?
Always, yeah.
Yeah. Like I know he's always trying to source it as much locally as
he definitely has, but he's now at the point between working with like Condazella hops and I think
that was the name I was.
Yeah, and I think one of the other ones that's out on the North Fork.
Yeah, but I know.
Yeah, they've finally like brought their production up to the point where like they can supply him with enough hops where that he can just keep it strictly with those, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really neat. I actually used New York State hops in the beer I made this morning. I used some Mount Hood from Hop Brothers. Yeah.
I want to make a joke like Mount Hood should be somewhere else, but I don't know. I don't have the whole thing together.
I don't know. I might have to tie that into the name of the beer somehow.
There you go.
I don't know how I'm gonna tie that into with Uncle Bison, but it's like.
It's like I know you don't know him as well, but Sean Walls, Kevin, you've met him a couple times.
Sorry, I'm shaking my head.
That's right. But he's the other member from Beer that's going to be serving us at the LA Nano Gas Sales Festival.
This will be past tense on that.
Yeah. Whatever. But anyway, he made a triple for the event, and so I asked him like, "Oh, so what are you naming it?" And he was like, "I don't know. It's probably not appropriate, but I was thinking like, do you want to tipple my triple?"
Oh, no.
I told him for that particular event, that is 100% acceptable.
No, that's absolutely an
I
awesome.
feel like he'll be uncomfortable though, and that's kind of why I want him to do it, because I want to make him uncomfortable the rest of the day by just addressing people with
lots of strangers walk up and say, I want to tipple your triple.
Yeah, I would pay people to walk up and say it's it, because he'd be like, "Why didn't I mean it that?"
No,
you know, like
no, like to me that's like the perfect beer name though, because it's
silly enough.
It's clever, it's funny, and it sounds dirty, but it's not.
Right.
Like it hits everything that you need.
Actually, you're making the signs. I don't give a shit what name he gave you. Just make that the fucking name.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. No matter what, and even if you're nice enough to make the actual name that he gives you, like at least make that one anyway, and see if he notices.
I just put it in quotations underneath it.
Yeah, or something like that.
Code name Tipple the Triple.
Yeah, we're also apparently wearing bathrobes.
Are we?
I'm. If you're doing it, I'm doing it.
Well, yeah, but you have to let me know if you actually buy a bathrobe.
I will. I'm not going to let you show up in a bathrobe if I'm not doing it. I won't
Do I have to wear a bathrobe?
You don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, because I have a bathrobe. I just
if you want to. The whole thing is we did a Belgian beer too.
Okay.
So it's like monks. We want to, like, Sean's like, let's wear robes, and I'm not buying like a monk robe.
Okay.
So
Kevin has one of those.
Yeah, I think I do. I think I have a cheesy like
weird sex games you guys did.
No. It's like the cheesy. It's like the cheesy. Halloween store ones.
Oh, okay.
Like $9.99.
So I mentioned bathrobe to Sean, and he's like, I have a robe. I'm in love with it. And I'm like, all right, you do you.
Oh, you didn't tell me that part.
Yeah, no. So, but I don't care. So, like, if we show up, we'll be the. I was like into it because it's like the dude. Like the dude's a monk. So like, that's why I want to do it.
Jelly sandals store?
Yeah, I know I don't. Be fucked up. I'm not going that far. It might be raining and it's cold. I'm not doing that.
The dude buys bro.
Right. So my plan is to buy a bathrobe because I think it'd be fun. I also have a hat that I'm going to unveil for the event.
A fresh hat? Is it trucker style like all your others?
No, it's a pretty special hat. I think that it's going to be pretty surprising to everyone that I'm going to be wearing.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Yes, I did purchase tickets to that. Ticket to that, I'm very excited about.
Excellent.
About going to that event. It's one of my favorite things.
So if everyone listening has a time machine, you should come and visit us.
Yeah, I guess we are going to release this after that.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's going to be the Thursday after the event.
Yeah, so we probably had a fucking great time, and you missed it if you weren't there.
Yeah.
So word up.
And if everything
you
went
were
as
there,
well as it should have, Justin ended up on the floor inside a bathroom stall somewhere.
and if you were there,
I love that's how it should. I love that's how it should end up. I like that. Okay.
That is how it should.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Excellent.
And covered in goose shit.
God damn it, I'm an asshole. I was so much better the next year, though.
You literally had 2 minutes.
Gotta pull over.
2 minutes.
You gotta pull over. I'm not gonna make it. 2 minutes. 2 minutes further. I'm not gonna make it.
You understand?
You gotta stop.
I remember that very well.
Where's
that
my
moment,
wallet?
I really do.
Where's my wallet? I lost my wallet.
Do you know?
I have to go back.
Do you know what I remember of where's my wallet? Do you know what I remember? I literally remember like a snapshot of looking down and seeing the wallet between my legs on the floor. That's what I remember. But can you think of that? That's the only recollection I have. Like that one moment of going, oh, there it is. All right.
I think the best part of that, though, is that like one of his credit cards was in my Jeep for like 6 months.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Easy.
And then I finally found it. I'm like, are you missing this?
That was I still have that one. Hold on. It's right here. I keep it near and dear, close to my heart. It's right here.
I straight up would have made like one purchase on it. Something like really dirty.
Yeah, you should.
Just for like not even a lot, but just at least one purchase of like a dirty movie or something, just so that when he's looking through the statement, he'd be like, I don't remember getting that.
I should have done that.
How
I should
drunk was
have
I?
ordered some like really nasty shit from Adam and even have it sent to his house addressed to his wife.
Oh, that would be really funny. You know what? I might have loved you forever for that. On that note, ladies and gentlemen.
If you did go to the Nanocast Festival and this comes out after that, shoot us an email, shoot us a text message, shoot us some kind of interaction with us. Interact with us, please. We need friends.
Yeah, I seem to recall a couple of people. I'm talking to you, Steve, from Hopwins.
Yeah.
You were supposed to. You said you had ideas for shit to do. So
Yeah.
stop with the hiking bullshit and just send us a voicemail.
Yeah, stop wandering through the woods like a savage and play with your phone like a normal American and send us some shit.
Absolutely.
All right? If you haven't already, get on that. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
If you enjoyed Beertastic Voyage, please be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and don't forget to review and rate us. The guys can be found online at www.beertasticvoyage.com, on Facebook at www.facebook.com/beertasticvoyage, and Twitter and Instagram at Beertastic Show, or send them a good old-fashioned email at beertasticvoyage@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers for local beers.